I was just curious what your reaction was to finding about Coach Pittman not being available, and just what the reaction of the team was.
First, I feel like I was mainly just shocked because, Coach Pittman, he's the main one talking about safety and everything else. And I think everybody was just surprised that he got it because he's probably the main one washing his hands and doing everything he's supposed to do. But the coaches, Coach Odom and all the other coaches have stepped up and they're really like leading the practices. Even without him, like we're still doing good. We had one of our greatest practices today. So not saying it's bad without him, but we're doing pretty good without Coach Pittman, with him watching everything else that's going on.
Bob?
Hey, Zach. Obviously, I guess Coach Odom's going to be the interim head coach. He's obviously, the defensive coordinator too. How do you think he'll handle, the dual duties on Saturday night?
I think he'll handle it pretty well. He was the old head coach of Missouri, and he's a pretty good defensive coordinator. And he seems very meticulous on the things that he's supposed to do. He does things right, and I just feel like he won't really have a problem with it.
Do you think it'll, I don't know, distract him from defensive play calling? Do you, like you say, he's obviously been a head coach as well as a coordinator. Do you think he's got the experience to handle all that?
I think he will because, these past few games and being a D coordinator, he's done great. And he's been a head coach before, so I feel like a little bit more on him wouldn't really stress him that much, and he'll do his job and everything we're supposed to do.
Nikki?
Hey, Zach, just how do you feel like this season is going for you? And I know you added weight in the off season. How do you feel like that's helped you?
I feel like this season is going pretty good for me. Last season I was like probably around 220 something. Now I'm 240 something. And I feel like the extra weight has helped me get off the ball quicker. It helped me go against linemen better, because they're pretty big and you got to get their hands off of you. So I feel like a little extra weight helped me a lot with the strength and getting them off of me, getting off blocks. I just feel like I need to do a little bit better, but, everybody needs to get better. I did a lot better than last year. I know that. So I'm happy with my progress.
Nate?
Yeah, Zach, just kind of what have you seen out of Florida with Kyle Trask and Florida's offensive line?
Their offensive line seems pretty big, pretty tall and long, but Coach LeBlanc's giving us some pointers talking about they don't really get off the ball that well, but you have to respect your opponent because we're all SEC, we're all good. But we're just delving deeper into them, and I feel like we're gonna have to get off the ball quicker this game because they do run the ball a lot and they pass a lot too, but we're gonna have to stop the run first.
What about?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could talk about those running backs a little bit, what you see out of 27, Damian Pierce.
They do find little seams that, other running backs wouldn't really take, I feel. I need to do more research about them, but the stuff I have heard about them is pretty good. We're going to have to really stick to our keys for this game and watch for those running backs.
Bob?
Hey, Zach, what as a defensive lineman, what do you think of Eric Gregory's interception the other night, and how big is that for D lineman? How's Eric, and what do you think about the season Eric's having?
I was very shocked because the first person I ever met here was Eric, and we're roommates, so you could say we're buds. And when that ball bounced off his back, off the receiver's back, I was like, who's going to catch this? Because I know I was tired. And then here he goes, and he caught it, and everybody was just screaming, jumping, excited. I'm very proud for him. He is doing a lot better than a lot of people. He was a redshirt last year, so he didn't really get to play. And I feel like he stepped up. He's gained some weight. He's heavy, almost 300 pounds. But he's gained some weight, and I just feel like he's doing pretty good. I'm proud of him.
Nikki?
Yeah, Zach, what do you see from Kyle Trask? Is there anything there that you guys can exploit? Where do you feel like he stands amongst all the quarterbacks you've played so far?
He can pass the ball pretty well, but I feel like he can't really run that good. So I think we're gonna go for him a bit more than the other quarterbacks. But we also need to watch for like him running out of pocket. But I feel like mainly he can't really run, so we're just gonna really go for him instead of trying to contain because he won't really get passes.
Nate.
Yeah, I'm good. They got to ask what I was going to ask.
Okay. Trey.
Yeah, Zach, being an Arkansas guy and your dad and everything, his relationship with the program, what has he thought of everything, the way you guys are playing defense, especially after the way last year went? And I know you weren't here before, but the last couple of years, really.
Yes, sir. He's very impressed and pleased with Coach Odom. Coach Odom, props to him. Props to the whole defense because, it starts with the defensive coordinator and then it goes all the way down. My dad's very happy with what has changed in just less than a year, like in a few months. We're winning a lot of games now. We didn't even win an SEC championship in knows how long. So my dad is very happy and he's proud. Also, I have to give props to Coach LeBlanc because he does switch us out a lot. Like I wouldn't say any coaches' names particularly, but these coaches, they switch out players even when they're tired. They have enough trust in us to actually switch us out when we're tired, so we won't really give up any big plays.
Yeah, Zach, I had a couple. Scotty Borland did, from Whole Hogs did something on you earlier, and I guess he talked to your dad, and your dad said last year you got kind of homesick, which I know that happens with a lot of freshmen. You wanted to, I don't know, transfer someplace. And he basically said, no, you're staying there. I was wondering what you remembered about that and kind of how you settled in now.
I don't necessarily remember I wanted to transfer, but I did want to go home. Every weekend, after workouts, it was off season. After workouts, I wanted to come home every weekend. But because it was a big jump for me, because I was supposed to stay for the rest of my senior year in high school, but I transferred early. So it was really hard for me, but I gained some friends and it was easier. And I started working on my football technique and everything else, and it just became second nature. So I'm not really sad about that nowadays. I'm chilling.
And then you guys, you're eighth in the SEC in total defense, but obviously the results on the field are better than that. I mean, you guys are playing really good defense. I know sometimes statistics can be misleading. What do you think you guys are doing to make the reality better than what the statistics might show?
I feel like we're running to the ball better than a lot of teams. We always run to the ball and we always crowd whoever has it. I feel like we just run with all motors. We don't, even when we're tired, we still, do our jobs. We don't overthink stuff. I feel like we're just coached well. It's really the coaching. And, when players like their coaches, they do a little bit more.
And you're getting to start quite a bit. What's that been like for you?
It's been great. It was a great learning experience. I remember Georgia when Dorian Gerald got hurt, I had to step up. I feel like the coaches trusted me enough to put me in, and I didn't really get that experience last year. But I feel like it's making me a lot better. And I have to give the coaches props for that too, because, they put me in, they had enough trust in me, which other people didn't last year.